Welcome to Table Talk with Sal, and I'm your host, Sal. And today we have Trish and JP. And guess where we're at? You guessed it. We're in fucking Austin, Texas.
I thought you were going to say Airbnb. We're in a studio apartment.
We're in JP's studio apartment. The couch is blue and Trish is red. And she's so funny and lovely. I met Trish outside of the mothership waiting for Joe Rogan to invite us in, but he never showed up with a dick. But Trish was there talking shit. And then I saw her later on that day at an open mic, and I heard her set, and I was like, this chick is actually funny. And I loved her set enough to put her on the podcast. And I was looking through your Instagram and stuff, and I just saw you're a wild girl, man. And I love that about you. You just seems like you just take life by the horns and you ride that fucking bull, dude. I love that shit.
It's more of a goat, but that's okay.
You have a goat?
No, I was saying my life is more of riding a goat. It's more anticlimactic than a bull.
But I don't think...
Happens in North Carolina, guys.
Yeah.
You're right, goats.
Yeah. Well, I lived in North Carolina.
Did you?
Yeah, I lived
Do you not live here?
No, I'm all over the place,
Okay,
dude.
that's good. You were like, we're in Austin, Texas. I was like, are you not usually? I don't know.
No, I'm not. I'm normally in Porterville, California.
Okay.
Where is that?
Good question.
You'll figure it out one day, buddy.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just out here in Austin doing comedy and stuff, and I just doing it, dude. I was able to meet JP. I met you.
He's very friendly.
Yeah, super friendly. Super friendly for an Asian, right?
Oh, shit, are we mean?
No. I
don't know. Some Koreans intimidate me, I'll be honest.
Yeah, well, it's the whole language thing. Do you know that they're not... Whenever you're talking to like an elder, the elder will talk down to you, and it's just normal. And the younger people have a hard time talking to their elders because it's like they're super timid.
I talk down to everyone younger than me.
See, JP.
I don't know why my ex is upset with me right now.
Oh, JP.
Why do you know so much about Korean culture?
I lived in Korea for a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was cool.
And I didn't. So it's kind of he's like,
I lived in Asia for a long time, too. So I get it. I spent most of my time in Thailand, but I went all over Southeast
cool.
Asia.
I've been to Thailand.
Yeah. You a pervert? Or?
No,
Nice.
no.
He's lying.
I mean, that's subjective, right?
Just have to ask, you know? You're like, I'm into Asia. You're like, okay. What'd you do?
I did do the red light district, though.
Okay. I mean, me too.
Yeah.
And every time I like thought somewhere was the red light district, we'd go somewhere else. I'd be like, no, this is the
You
red
didn't
light
get to
district.
do the ping pong thing, though, right?
Oh, I definitely went to a ping pong show.
Oh, you
yeah.
did?
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
fucking
between
rad.
like the razor blades and the gerbils, it was a lot, you know?
What
like
the
it was a lot.
fuck?
Yeah.
Wait, stop,
we would go there-
motherfucker, stop. We're not gonna go past that. Razor blades and gerbils.
Oh yeah. So they're really talented ladies, and I'm like, oh, I wonder how they practice. And my friend was just like, meth, dude. That's not, it's very obvious. But we would go there. I lived in a house in Bangkok for a while that was a bunch of people that worked at a theater drama company. So it was like the International House of Gays. And every time it was one of their birthdays, we would take them to a ping pong show because we thought it was hilarious. And they are extremely talented. Like you walk in, they give you a balloon, and then some lady like shoots a dart out of her snatch and hits your balloon, like just dead on, dead aim. It is sad and weird and
I thought that shit
wildly
hot,
fun.
dude.
Oh, it's not hot. It's not hot.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like a scam, like, for money.
Is it a scam though? I mean, they work really hard.
Yeah.
I think I don't know.
I'm like, am I disappointed?
I'm not getting duped.
Am I down?
It's not like they're lying to you about what you're gonna see. You know, they're like, oh, ping pong show. It's like the ping pong ball is like kind of the least of it. You know, they're if anything, they're underselling.
How did your crew like it? They liked it? The iHogs?
The IHOG. I think it was more just like a tradition that they came up with. I don't know if like is the right word.
Definitely enjoyed it though.
Yeah.
Yo, that is some fucking hard work and dedication to shoot something out of your vagina.
It's a very Asian thing to do. Like, we obsess over the really weird, trivial things and then get really good at it.
I love that.
They are the best of the best. If there was an Olympic sport for that, like Thailand would probably always be number one.
Do you think it's just like an Asian thing? You guys just like...
No, I think like, okay, I don't know the actual history. This is just speculation, but I feel like enough perverts came that they just had to keep taking the bar up. And like porn came out and they were like, we have to compete.
That's rad. We can't let these American bastards take our business.
No. The internet's not going to take us.
No, hell nah. Fuck, Thailand though, huh? What the hell were you doing in Thailand?
So I actually spent the entire pandemic there. That's how I met Rick. And the first time I was there in 2017. So I started comedy in 2016 in Vegas. And I don't know if you've ever been to their open mic scene, but it's not very welcoming. I love it there now. I love everyone there now. But I thought I was terrible at comedy when I first started. I wasn't. Well, I wasn't great, but I wasn't like as bad as I thought. And then I went to Asia. I do a bunch of jokes about like maybe killing myself in Tokyo kind of shit. And then I was like in Asia and doing comedy, and I called it my amateur world tour. And I was pretty successful. So I was like, oh my God, this might work out. So I stayed there for a while, and then I went to Eastern Europe and did comedy there, and then throughout the US. And then I kept doing the same circuit as I got better.
That is fucking rad. I love how you created your life. Like, you weren't waiting for somebody to go invite
stumbled. It wasn't like, this is what we're going to do. It was like, oh, this is working. Like, let's do that. And then it was like, oh, this isn't working anymore. Like, maybe we should go. Like,
okay.
You know?
So, Las Vegas, that's what that was a start. And how long were you doing the circuit there for?
So the first time I only went to open mics, and then like as I kept traveling the world, I would keep running out of money.
Yeah.
So I would go back to Las Vegas and just get a job as like a cocktail waitress. I did bottle service at one point when I was younger, and like bartending and stuff. And then I started going to Nashville too to do that. And then I started meeting everyone in comedy there. And then, so to answer your question, maybe like 2 years over the span of 5.
Okay. So you decided to go to Thailand. How was that? How did you come up like with that?
So I was actually in Japan, right? And then I was going to go to Australia to work. This is 2017. This is the first time I went. I was going to go to Australia to work, but then I got to Thailand and I was like, I'm like rich here. Like I had no money, but it was like, okay, this is great. And then I went to India once, and I didn't know, like this guy was like, I'll set you up on a tour in India. And I thought we were like going to go all these cities. No, I'm like doing a dirt mound at a coffee shop. And he's like, I get off stage, like I got off the plane, did the show, got off stage, and he goes, just so you know, you can't tell jokes about how cheap Thailand is. Like it's kind of offensive. Like they're kind of the America to the Mexico here. Like, cause it was so much cheaper there. And I was like, yeah, my bad. I didn't know that. And then I did one show where no one spoke English, right? They were all speaking like Bengali or Hindu or something. And I was like, dude, you need to give me some phrases. I was like, we gotta work on this. And then he gave me one, and it meant what the fuck. And I like got on stage, and for like what felt like 5 minutes was probably more like one was just me like looking around like, and then I was like, ki jata, which means what the fuck, and everyone lost it. And then after that I was like, that's all I have nothing, I don't know what to do here. But yeah, I've had a lot of wild experiences like that. So if you see me at the open mics, it's like nothing compared to the weird shit that I've done before.
That's awesome. You definitely have like this confidence about you. That's what I was like, yeah, good stuff.
It's
good
fake.
Stuff.
No,
I don't think so. I know, like I think
that I don't know if it's confidence or like I really don't care. Like there's not a lot that phases me anymore. Like all of this stuff started happening through like traumatic experiences, or like somebody died and I just like stopped giving a fuck. I think it's more like I just don't take anything seriously. I don't actually think of myself as someone who's like, I can do anything. It's more like, I'm gonna die. Like, who the fuck cares, you know?
That is true.
I only have 2 modes really. It's either like I'm God or oh shit, you know? There's not a lot in between.
Where do you feel that?
Right now?
Yeah.
I just took the most powerful shit ever downstairs. I'm feeling like God.
Hell yeah. You know, I was about to say, I was going to ask you if you took a duker, but I
did. I was actually texting you that I was like, if there's a downstairs bathroom, like I would like to use it. And then as I was saying that, this lady was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so
She's
drinking
out
this-
there blowing that motherfucker.
I'm drinking this cleanse tea right now, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, it cleans your blood out from all the toxins. And like, I've been like drinking as well, you know?
Yeah.
And I didn't realize until I looked at, because I was like, why is this affecting me? Like, I'm waking up, like my face is swollen. I'm like, I had one beer. Like, what the fuck is happening? So I did some research, like, obviously you're not supposed to drink during the cleanse. Yeah.
I mean, it only
So
makes
I've been
fucking sense.
I just don't use any bathroom after me in the vicinity of Austin. Yeah.
Well, for how long? Like the next.
I should do more research, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't do any research. Like, I go to a new country, I do no research. I'm like such a...
It's got to be a little difficult, especially downtown, though, because, like, you know, the facilities aren't always, like, impeccable, right?
Oh, I don't care.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
good
I
then.
shit in a... Like, I live in a bus and shit in a bag most of the time. Like, I don't give a fuck
there you
about
go.
a crappy toilet.
Yeah, I my favorite part of Korea was shitting inside of the holes while I was squatting.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah. Oh, dude, some of the best shits
All
of
over
my life.
Asia. Well, because you don't like... Shitting in a hole is actually better
Yeah.
because of the way that you're like
Yeah,
positioned.
like,
Yeah,
squatted
yeah.
body.
The squatty is like the normal position for it. I like to tell people, I'm like, yeah, you just squat down, put your neck up, and then you're just like a straight tube.
110%. Yeah.
I visualized that.
Yeah. Something about it. I don't know. Something about it really gets me.
I'm telling you, dude, it feels natural, feels right. You know what I mean?
It does.
I think these windows open, like, just...
Well, it is a dog park out there. No,
Yeah.
We got the bag.
There we go.
Let's go.
dude, I don't understand when you know something that really freaks me the fuck out.
Please.
When people pick up like human-sized shits, like from their dogs, like imagine picking up a what is it, Great Dane shit or
Yeah.
something like that, dude.
That's love.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
What
crazy.
real love is.
Nah, fuck that dog, dude.
The one thing that I like to do, though, is if it's in my yard, I wait a day so it kind of firms up. Like, I don't want to, you know,
Yeah.
soft.
I like to wait a day.
I don't know if that's
I don't know if this is horrible, but like I've watched my brother's dogs and like I don't think I would. I don't really enjoy it, but like the firmness, I don't think I'd want to do it. I like.
Oh, when,
Are you like squeezing this shit?
I don't squeeze it, but it's like it's freezing outside. You know, you put your hand in the bag, it's like warm, it like crushes a little bit.
there you go.
You
It's
gotta
like-
find joy in everything you do.
hand warmer.
It's,
Yeah.
it's
I don't
like
hang on to
Play-Doh
it
you
too
can't
long.
play with.
But I feel like that would be weird if it was like an icicle cold one. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I guess we're thinking about the environment, but, you know, pooper scooper, that's another
Right.
one.
Nah,
Right.
dog. Nah, none of that
What do you
shit.
mean, pooper scoop?
No, what do you use a pooper scoop? You have
Oh,
a
the
goddamn
dustpan.
dog?
It's called the dustpan.
Nah, bro, that
I'm
shit.
gonna elect that we get off the shit.
Now we're debating
Yeah,
on how to
we're
pick up
Thailand
shit.
Come
Yeah.
on.
I mean, that was a natural progression.
It's just the bag, the shit in the bag. I'm not over that. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, my friend taught it to me. I was like pretty against it. I was like, nah, dude, I'll just like go to the gym. I'll do whatever. He's like, dude, you can feel the weight of your day. Just hold it. And I was like, why is that weirdly selling it to me? And it's not like I like hold the bag, you know, you get like a little bucket, you have like a little toilet seat over it. It's like you just take a normal shit and then you have to find somewhere to put the bag. The only thing that like is bad is like if you don't have a place to put the bag, like I've never done this, but I've heard of other people who like, you know, you forget, it's hot, you come back to the car. It's like, but I live in a bus, so. And my insurance was like, we don't want to cover it as an RV unless you can build a bathroom in it. And I was like, I can't just send you the jar. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah. For real though, yeah. What kind of fucking specifications would they need for a restroom in a like running water or what?
So my friend told me that once he, as a joke, put a whole ass porta john in it and took a picture and they let him do it.
Oh.
So I was like, I'll just Photoshop it, I guess. Unless you're watching this as my insurance, I will never do anything like that.
Of course not.
I believe Trish that she would never do anything like that. I got you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A lot of the times when people Venmo me, I'll write, and they're like, do you want to write anything for it? I'm like, not IRS stuff.
Oh, that's so cool.
I think that's like half my feed for selling merch.
Nice. Oh, you have merch?
Yeah, I sell tons of merch. That's how I make most of my money.
What kind of merch do you have?
So I do a lot of jokes. You probably won't see them because they're more for like longer sets, but I do a bunch of jokes about how I was a clown in the front of the Venetian in Las Vegas. It's a very older joke that I have, but when I do like long sets, I pull some of that stuff out. And I have a bunch of like clown merch as me as the clown.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
cool.
In Albuquerque, New Mexico, it sells like crazy. they just love clowns there. I don't understand.
Oh,
Yeah. I also sell puddle rugs. I take pictures of puddles and all over the world. They're beautiful. And I put them on rugs. They look wet. It's called puddlerugs.com. Not puddle rug. That fucker keeps trying to sell me the domain, but puddlerugs.com. And then I sell acrylic paintings of myself on the toilet at comedy shows. And I make really good money doing it.
Oh, dude, fucking guys are creepy as fuck. Dude.
Oh yeah, some of them I'm naked. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but
well,
they're really good. Like I'm a really talented artist, so they're like really good paintings, and they're all different styles and colors. And
you ever thought about shitting for OnlyFans?
no, I haven't.
Dude, that would be crazy.
No, I'm not into it. I feel like OnlyFans takes just as much marketing as doing anything else. So like if you're into that kind of stuff, then yeah, it's awesome. But I'm not.
So you're telling me you wouldn't shit in the bag on OnlyFans?
Name your
For
price.
money. Oh, I'm not gonna pay for that.
Well then,
JP?
why the fuck?
Well, I think what you're saying is like if you enjoy whatever medium it is in art, that's
Yeah.
where you want to reside.
I like painting it.
Because anything takes a lot of effort.
Yeah.
She can't just shit. And well, I mean, I'll be honest. If you did do that, probably would be like, I don't know. There's probably still competition for that.
I don't want to do
and they're
that.
gonna be
Like no part of me
exactly.
like me
You gotta
saying.
compete against other people that want to do it.
Yeah, and me saying that I sell acrylic paintings of myself on the toilet, like to me that's hilarious. I love doing it. I laugh the whole time while I'm doing it. I enjoy it. Me shitting in a bag on a camera does not sound enjoyable at all. It doesn't even sound funny to me.
Yeah, it's probably.
It sounds as funny as me trolling about holding dog shit, but
But I do picture
Wouldn't do that for
Sal-
money.
I do picture Sale having OnlyFans shitting on a bag.
who?
Camera, Sale.
I'll do it. If somebody sends me like, hey, I want to see it,
Just picture
I'll do
like,
it.
I'd be like watching you do it.
I thought you were just name dropping, so I was like, I didn't even think that it could be you because I was like, he couldn't possibly be saying this about someone who's here.
Well, you don't think I'm good enough to shit in a bag?
Do you want me to answer that question?
Yes.
No, I don't think anyone's going to buy a video of you shitting in a... Actually, there's 8 billion people in the world. You never know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just had to make sure. None
None of that was a compliment.
Don't take away my thunder, dude. Please. I'm out
Sorry.
here. I'm out here
If
rolling
you
with
want to
the
shit in a
punches.
bag on camera, don't let me hold you back from your dreams.
I wasn't going to. At all.
Good.
So Thailand did a whole bunch of show. How did you even get into that opportunity? You just went like
So the first time or the second time?
First.
Yeah, I guess the first time makes more sense. You just search, like if you're in an area. So I had just started comedy, right? It wasn't like now I like reach out, I book places. If I can't find anywhere to book, I'll get my own venue. I'll sell my own tickets. I make more money that way. So I'm happy to do it. It's just more work. So I don't like to do that like more than twice a month because it's just a lot. But back then, you literally just search like English comedy and then you show up anywhere. And since you're in Asia and you speak English and you do comedy, they're like, yeah, welcome. You know, they're usually very nice. There are some places where not everyone is, but like I would say 90% of the time, everyone's super nice.
oh, that's awesome. You're just a world traveler. That's crazy.
Yeah, I lived out of a backpack for a long time.
So you're into like going on those super crazy hikes and doing yoga on top of the mountains and
No.
whatnot?
I'm into like, I like spa stuff. I do like yoga. I do a lot of yoga. I have studied in an ashram in India for a month. I did that whole thing. But I like back alley bars. I like weird, dirty raves. I like spa stuff. I like just little hidden gems. I really like going to a place, finding someone that lives there and just kind of being like an anthropologist is like watching their life, you know, like being like, I live here. I like to do this thing where I pretend like I'm going to stay. And it's like really fun for me. It's like a puzzle. And I like find a job and I find a place and I like do all this stuff. Like I'm going to stay. And then I don't know if anyone, I'm sure some people have taken me seriously and it might have disappointed them. So my bad. But I have done it in a lot of places where it's like, wow, I really like it here. And then someone's like, I have an extra room you can live in. Someone's like, you can come like work here, blah, blah, blah. And it's like really fun for me. So that's what I like doing.
That sounds so exciting. Like, oh man.
It is exciting. I will also say like for anyone who I'm really selling it to, it's very lonely. Like you watch Rick and Morty? I feel like the like those scenes where Rick is like going through different just places and he has the same look on his face and no one really understands what's happening to him. Like I feel like I really relate to that. Like not being grounded anywhere. My closest relationships are over the phone. But every time I try to stay somewhere, like the thing that makes me the happiest is like planning to leave.
Oh, okay. So what's the longest stay that you had in like one physical area?
So for the last 7 years, I haven't stayed anywhere longer than 9 months. And each one of those places has been like Vegas or Nashville. But having the bus has been different. So this is like the 5th car that I've lived in. I've lived in like a Civic. I lived in a van in New Zealand once. I had a minivan here. Just a bunch of different cars. But having the bus has been amazing because I can invite people over. I can have little travel companions. I've also met a lot of other vagabonds who live like me. So like we all stay in like pretty close contact of constantly checking in on each other. And I do have some like really close relationships, but it's nice. It's always nicer to share something with someone.
Yeah, 110%. And then you guys are going through the same thing, so your guys' bond is that much stronger.
Yeah, and it's also like nicer to talk to them because sometimes I talk to people. I mean, I do like roast a lot. I definitely consider myself a roast comic, and I do a lot of roast. And people are always like, "You tell Trish one mundane story," and she's like, "I sucked off a ladyboy in Budapest," like blah blah blah. Like they're always, and it's nice to talk to other people that live like me because it's like we have like similar stories. Like we don't sound outrageous to each other. We're less like, ah, yeah, I've been there, you know, like that kind of shit.
I want to see the bus.
So I ran out of money. The bus is like half built. I also bought the world's shittiest bus. This guy was just like, "You a diesel mechanic?" And I was like, "No." And he goes, "You're about to be." And he was fucking right. He was dead right. I know a lot about diesel engines now. So I started building it. I had all these like grandiose plans of how cute it was going to look. And then it just became like, "Oh, I got some extra paint. You want to use it?" You know? So now it's like, whatever. And it looks all right. The outside is a complete eyesore, but like no one's going to rob it. So that's nice. And then I had to stop touring for comedy for a while because it just broke so much. And I was just like fixing the engine constantly. And
I'm picturing like a school bus. Can you
oh
give me
no,
a
okay.
visual of the like kind of bus?
So it's a Ford E350 diesel turbo baby. Okay. And it is like, it was a handicapped transport van.
Oh yeah, I did see that on your Instagram.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to paint the outside of it because I know how bad it looks on the outside. But the inside is like coming together. I recently got a sink that I'm very proud of. I looked it up on Wayfair. It cost $2,000, but I got it for $40 on Facebook Marketplace in Charleston, South Carolina, because I'm pretty sure that this guy was robbing the place, or he was like a disgruntled contractor, you know. And yeah, it was like he put it online. He was like, "It's $2,000, selling it for $40." It was up for 2 hours. My friend was like, "We're gonna get it for lower." I was like, "No, I don't want to upset this dude."
I'm
like,
upset with the guy selling for $40.
Yeah.
You did steal it?
Yeah.
Like $40, bro.
It's beautiful.
You could have gotten that sold like real quick for $200.
Yeah, and I, my aunt is like a ritzy, upper class designer, right?
Oh, okay.
Interior designer. She has the exact same sink.
Nice.
She has the exact same sink in her bathroom.
Gonna, like ruin the whole bus. It's gonna be like, "Oh, this is cute. Oh, what's up with that fucking?"
Every time something
sink?
goes wrong, I
What's
look
up
at.
with your rich sink?
I always look at the sink, and it's not even hooked up yet. And I'm just like, my brother's like, "Things are going bad, huh?" I was like, "It's just me and my sink, first the world, you know."
Shit doesn't even have water, but we're
fucking
here.
love it.
Yeah.
There. It's beautiful. It's bronze. It has snakes
Here's a joke.
etched into it.
Anytime someone goes in your bus, you're like, "Oh, this all looks like crap." You go, "Everything but the kitchen sink."
No, the bus does look good. It does look good on the inside.
So you can't use that too.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The sink is definitely the centerpiece. I love the sink so much. I could talk about it all day. It's my favorite. My buddy was like, "You should sell it." I was like, "Yeah, I guess if someone gave me $1,000." I was like, "Nah."
No.
Nah. She said the copper
value.
snake. The copper, what was so?
It's a bronze.
It's a bronze?
It's a bronze sink, yeah.
That's why Facebook Marketplace is a
sick.
lucrative business, though. If you find idiots that sell $2,000 sinks for $40.
Oh, that guy knew what he had. He literally wrote on there, $2,000 sink for $40. Pick it up today.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. Man, that's awesome though. You just come up on a. I bet you've come up upon like a whole bunch of crazy deals like that. Has anyone ever sold you like magical beans and stuff?
I do run a comedy club at Burning Man, so yes, I do
Oh,
get tons of magical beans.
oh my goodness,
Yeah.
what a fucking fun time, dude.
Yeah.
So Burning Man, what the hell? What are you doing out there? Just listening to music, doing comedy? What kind of comedy
Yeah.
do you do for them?
Just comedy? Like, what do you mean?
Do you have like a tailored set for them, or?
I actually have I've been going so long. I have tons of jokes about Burning Man. I'm hoping to film them next year
Oh, that'll
while
be
I'm
sick.
there. And yeah, I mean, I kind of do the same stuff though. You kind of like, I mean, I've been around the world doing it for a long time, you know, like, what's
Yeah.
working and what's not. And if it's not, I just get really introspective and I'm like, what don't we like? Like, let's talk to each other. Like, what's happening? You know, like, I feel like that's my favorite part about my comedies. I'm like extremely meta. I'm like always just shitting on the fourth wall.
Nice, I like that. That's some high speed thinking right there.
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite place that you stayed?
I think it would depend on what it's for, right?
No. What's just your
I don't
favorite
have like
place?
an overall favorite.
So top three then.
I love Bangkok, obviously. That's my favorite. I like going home. That's cool.
And home is
Like the DMV area, DC, Maryland, Virginia.
oh, okay. Yeah,
But it's like not my favorite for everything. You know, like it's like if you were like for comedy or for food or for friends or for like beaches or like, I feel like I have to be a little bit more specific.
do you want me to be a little bit more specific?
Yeah.
Where is your favorite place to travel?
To do comedy?
Nah,
Okay.
it's boring.
Well, I will say, because we're already here and I'm already
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Yeah, go
it's
ahead.
the UK.
It's the UK. I love what?
Yeah, because they have like a theater culture and they pay you and they're like super respectful and nice and you go when you say you're going to go and everything is just really cool. The crowds are really receptive.
Where were you doing it? London, Manchester?
So I've done the Fringe Festival twice. I've done London. I've done Ireland. Like I didn't do Dublin, but I've done like the lower half of Ireland.
Okay,
Just
that's
like
sick.
dingy bars and shit.
Nice. I would love
my
to go
favorite.
to Ireland. I
Shitty
love.
bars are like, I don't know, man.
There's just something
Soft
about it,
space.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You end up going home with someone who is looking at their carpet like, is that a deodorant stain? I'm just kidding.
That's so funny.
No,
Yeah.
I really like don't get that fucked up. I just like love watching. I don't want to say anything horrible. Just the riffraff, I guess is the right word. I like love. I don't know. I think it's so funny. Like
It
I
is. It
they're
is.
just the funniest people, and they just like hate life, and they're so dark, and like I'm just like I love it here.
Yeah, big old
Like,
cynics. Well,
These are my people.
So can you see yourself like settling down in the UK?
No,
No,
I can't see myself settling down anywhere.
Anywhere.
I think like in my ideal life, I have like different houses and I do like the same route. Like I like staying places for longer, right? I make more money in comedy if I switch cities every night and just constantly tour. I make way more money. But I love staying places somewhere for like 3 months at a time, 6 months at a time. I like, getting to know people, having to have real relationships. And then it would be nice to like come back and like have this sort of expectation of, Trish comes in September.
Yeah.
Trish is back September, everyone.
Yeah.
Hide your rugs.
Yeah. Get your rugs out.
Yeah. That's awesome. I would love to be able to do that.
What's stopping you?
I'm married.
Oh.
Yeah, I love being married though. It's fun.
I'm lonely, so you got to take like.
Yeah. I don't know if I could do being lonely, man. It's not. I'm okay with myself and I love myself or whatever.
Yeah.
But just overly like time by myself, like I need that human interaction,
Yeah.
and then calling people through the phone and FaceTiming is not the same.
It's not.
It's like having
I think that
this.
also puts me in a lot of really fun positions because if I get like, oh, I'm lonely, I need to go out and meet somebody, I will go out and make friends, and it's like it's really fun. But it would be cooler if someone else is around. I don't know if you've seen my sets around town, but I talk a lot about. I'm like, I'm trying to trick a man into the van. We're gonna start doing. It would be cool to like only do half the shit that I do, but like nobody's up for this, and I love it so much. Like I can't. I'm weirdly.
You mean up for what? Just like hanging out and playing like
It's like, okay, like, how would I pitch this to someone, right? It's like, do you want to move once and whenever the fuck I feel like it? Like, do you want to go to a comedy show every single night? And like, do you want to just do this thing? I mean, like, I have other ambitions now. Like, I'm building larger art installations, and I'm going to start building them at festivals. I'm trying to like book myself on that so that I have no bosses, never listening to nobody again.
That's a cool.
But yeah, like, that's a really specific kind of person who would be into that. And usually they're already homeless and come with a bag of problems and like.
Oh, you're talking about like finding like the perfect partner? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, to want to do stuff like that, that would be wild. And I'm not really open to it because every time, you know, like you meet people that are into that, and it's like, it's kind of a red flag, to be honest. Like,
yeah, it kind of is.
You gotta really trick somebody. You gotta be like,
it'll be so much fun.
Yeah.
Not really.
Have you gotten far with that though? Like where someone was like really like kind of like all about you, be like yeah, and then like
yeah, it was the worst experience ever.
and then because they lied to themselves, is that right?
Well, I feel like there's a bunch of different types that like how it ends up going. Like if you find someone who's like, yes, I want to do that. Oftentimes they're in a small town, they've never left before, right?
Yeah.
And then they'll leave and they'll be like, oh my God, the world's huge. I don't need this bitch, you know? Or like you go out and you realize like, this isn't the life I wanted. Like I didn't know, you know, what it was like. It sounds exciting, but then you do it and you're like, this bitch is exhausting.
Yeah.
Like she's always like, let's go do this thing. Let's go do that. They're like, la, la, la. And they're like, I need to chill. And then a lot of the times, if I take not a lot of the time, like this hasn't happened that often. I've mostly been with one person for the past 10 years who just tries to convince me not to do it all the time. But we've been dating since high school, you know? So like, but I've had like other people in my life as partners. And a lot of the time we'll go out and they'll find someone to settle down with, which is like good for them. Like I've never, you know, I don't have hard feelings as long as they tell me about it or whatever, but that is probably the most likely scenario, I think.
Yeah, that would be, dude, I would be like, same like, oh, good for you, but I'd be kind of fucking heartbroken too.
Nah,
like,
I mean, you are at first, but then you're like, my life is fucking tight. Like, I don't need this bitch. Like, you know, like.
Relieved that they're kind of.
Yeah, you're like, I'm doing whatever I want every day is super nice. Like, I don't have to set an alarm. Like, I just, you know, I feel like taking a bus somewhere. I'm going to go. Like,
You're a fucking hippie, huh?
Yeah.
You look
I
like
make fun of it a lot, but
you definitely look like a draft dodger.
Totally. I would have done it.
You would have.
I would have hardcore person. I would have been like, let's go.
No, that's fucking right.
When I was younger. Now it'd be like, I don't know, man. The government's kind of fucked up. I don't know if I want to fight for that. But when I was younger, I would have been like, let's fucking do it.
That's why they get you when you're 18 and stupid.
No, that makes sense.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
It's refreshing though that you know yourself enough to be like, hey, I've done this a while. I like this. This is making me happy. There's a lot of people in the world that like struggle to find that.
Yeah.
And they lie to themselves about what they're doing. And to find that, I feel like, is ride that as long as you can.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean, I've also tried to not do it. You know what I mean? Like I've had I worked for an internet startup company once. It was the most miserable I'd ever been. I was really good at it. I was making a bunch of money, but I was like, we got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. I got to go, you know? Yeah. And like, I've worked at a bar where everyone's like a close knit family. That was probably one of the happiest I've ever been. And I still was like, I shouldn't be this drunk all the time. You know, like I gotta go.
I bet.
Yeah. There's always like something I think that staggers me. And I like doing a bunch of art. I like doing stuff like that. And I think like part of being inspired is being constantly shocked.
Yes.
Which is harder and harder to find. It's like how Thailand came up with ping pong girls because they had to keep going up. You know, I got to keep finding that thing that makes me go, holy shit.
Yeah, I definitely agree because once you get like the taste of like, oh shit, I just experienced something amazing. Then you're just searching for that shit. That next boom, boom, boom. It's better than getting high, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like going to Burning Man every year, man. Like that place is the most, like the craziest thing I think a human being can experience.
Real shit.
And that real shit. And then once you do it enough, you're like, man, okay, I've seen the octopus set on fire. Like, I'm good, you know? And then it rained this year, and I was like, let's fucking go. Yeah. I was like, yes, like, here we go, lift off, baby. I, like, loved it.
So do you think the happiest people on this planet are the high school sweethearts, fall in love, never slept with anyone else, never did any drugs, never did any alcohol, have a family, and then grow a big family, and then die?
I think there's something to say about ignorance is bliss, right?
Yes.
But I think the human brain loves problem solving. And I think if you don't have problems, your brain is going to make them for you to solve.
Exactly.
So if you're in a position where you can choose what your struggle is, I think that's the best position to be in.
That's
That's
insightful.
Thank you.
no, for real.
Thank you.
And it makes perfect sense too, because you're gonna be you're stagnant in your life, and then that's why you're like, well, fuck, I'm gonna.
Problems trump the little mundane problems that every other the normal life has.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
did you put the darks with the lights?
Yeah.
And it's just
If those things are upsetting you, it's because you don't have problems.
you don't have problems.
Yeah.
Boom.
And I think like every time I get upset or I think about changing lifestyles or like I want to live somewhere or like whatever the thing is happening to me, I'm like, do I like my problems? Like I'm not struggling to pay rent. Like one time, actually a bunch of times I've been stuck in a city where I don't have enough money to leave. Like not recently, but last year at some point I was trying to get back to Maryland and I was in Oklahoma. And I actually saw someone here that was like, I recognize you from that show. And it's so funny because I went to this open mic and I was like, I don't have enough money to leave Oklahoma. I don't have any gas. I don't have nothing. I have enough peanut butter and jelly to fucking survive for the next 2 weeks. But after that, what are we going to do? So I'm going to open mics trying to sell merch, right? And I go to this one open mic and this guy's name was Brandon. Super cool dude. If you ever go to Oklahoma, definitely hit him up. I wish I could remember his last name. But he was like, hey, yeah, I can put you up. Have you ever done comedy before? I was like, dude, I've done it a lot. And like put me in a good spot because you won't regret it. I promise. And I never say stuff like that because I'm like, I don't care. I'll play to 2 people. I don't give a shit. But I really needed to sell merch. So I was like, please give me a good spot. And he did. And I sold like $400 worth of shit. And I was like, we're out of here. And it was so funny because I saw someone from that show at one of the first open mics I did here. And they were like, oh, I remember you in Oklahoma. And I was like, oh, you've been to Bricktown Comedy Club? They were like, no, the Margarita Bar. I was like, oh, you mean the rap battle where they didn't turn off the laser beams when the comics got on? And I was like, yeah, that show saved my life, actually. I was like, I'll never forget. Like, thanks for introducing yourself.
That's awesome. See, that's that shit, dog. You don't experience that unless you're willing to go and sacrifice the comfortability of normal life.
But I'm also like highlighting the fun part, not me crying in my car beforehand. Like, I gotta go to this margarita bar. Can't even afford a fucking margarita. Like, like just losing it. And then after the show, like everyone's buying you margaritas, you're sleeping in the parking lot. Like that's the fun part. But like, imagine if that didn't work out, like that would have been even more sad, which has happened. I don't want to glorify. I think it's so funny that we're like glorifying tiny homes now because none of us can afford a real one.
No.
And like, I don't want anyone to like see this and be like, that's what I want to do. Like, you got to ask yourself, like, what are you willing to struggle for? Because you're going to struggle one way or another.
I think it also, you have to have fucking heart. If you don't have heart, if you don't have like literally heart, you won't make it.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is like in most of your ventures in life. If you're not willing to like die or really like almost die for what you want, and you're not going to achieve it. Even in relationships or even whenever you're writing a joke or whatever.
Yeah,
like
I agree with that, but I also think like for what you're saying, you need to have the clear goal.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Because if you have heart and you're going out there and you're trying, you don't have a clear goal, you'll let people sway you into all kinds of shit that you're like, how did I end up here? Why did I get this job? Why am I here? How am I married now? No, I'm just kidding.
You go, what? Yeah, that shit happens.
Yeah.
That shit does happen. So it's just, but then again, it's like, you also can't be a fool. I hope all my listeners have a brain in their noggin, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes it's better just to jump.
Yeah. I mean, I've been talking to someone recently that was saying, they want me to headline, but I don't feel like I have the hour, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I started doing an hour because there wasn't any other choice. And like, was it great at first? No. Like it was good enough. It was Asia during the pandemic. Like no one cared, but like just doing it and forcing yourself to do it and do it over and over and over again. And I would like go to the gym every day and listen to myself do the hour and make new notes and do new things, like I think if you have an opportunity to jump for it, because the worst that's going to happen is you'll fail.
Exactly, bro. And then look, it's fucking, now we're just saying comedy. dude, people aren't gonna laugh at you? Like,
Yeah.
who the fuck cares?
Just make fun of yourself. That's all you have to do.
Boom.
Just constantly shit. Just have those in the bag ready to go.
Yeah.
Because no one's going to disagree. If they don't like you and you start shitting on yourself, they'll definitely like you because they're thinking the same thing. Like,
Yeah, this guy does fucking suck. It
Yeah.
does look like he shits on his rug, huh?
yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely, you just can't. It's just having no fear, dude. I don't know, because a lot of my friends and stuff back home, they're like, Sal, I can't believe you go up there and you do comedy. Like, I'm just like, bro, it's not that fucking hard.
Yeah.
You just need to go up there and be like,
Go to
yeah.
some of these open mics and you'll be like, yeah, I can do that. You know, that's how you know it's a good show. You're like, I got this. You know, like, it's fine.
110% too. And then also, you just don't be a fucking dick.
Yeah, that's a pretty big part. Yeah. I mean, like, I endure a lot of things I'll never talk about publicly just to not have that image of being a dick, you know? Like, you just swallow it. And I mean that innuendo, you know what I mean? Like, you just gotta
Just need to swallow it.
just fucking push it down, smoke some weed, do what you need to do, and fucking let it go.
Swallow dicks.
Yeah.
Swallow those mics.
Just get them. Just get them.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. When was your last shitty mic?
You mean
Like, your last bomb? Like, when did you bomb last? You're in Gaza right now.
I feel like it's subjective, you know, like because I'm in a place now where I don't really bomb anymore.
Oh.
I really don't. Like, I'm really good at like shitting on people in the crowd. I don't think that I really do.
I think the better question, because this is a question that's asked a lot, like, when's the last time you bombed? I think the best question is, when's the last time you went to a venue where you felt the least comfortable?
It's every day here in Austin. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. But I think I'm in a place now where I'm trying to build a moment. You know what I mean? Like, I want to get the right involvement in the set. It takes you to a place I've never been before. Like, you know, like, I want to build something that's memorable for me. You know, like, we're doing it every night, all the time. Like, I went to this open mic at Abe's Smoke Shop. There was only like 7 other comics there. We all just did it for each other. And it was a moment. Like, it was like really fun. Like, I did all these new jokes where I'm looking at my phone and I was like, it was really introspective where I was like, oh, I should put that after or later so you feel bad for when the grandma gets ejected from the chair. You know, like, that's okay. I get this. I get that. And for me, that was like, we built a moment, you know, and like when I do like longer sets, or I make most of my money just going to bars and breweries and doing an hour. And like, those are fun and they always end up okay. And I have a lot of really dark jokes. So you have to like prove to people that you're funny first and that you're going to take them somewhere good no matter what. Like, don't worry about it. So I got to like start clean, work your way in. And then I like when like when we build something that we don't know that this is what's going to happen. Like, that's what it is for me. I think for me now, bombing is like not feeling good about what you did. I don't feel like I ever get off stage and it's just like, that was so horrible, I should stop. I used to do that a lot, you know? I don't think I'm in that place anymore. And I think even if I did, it probably wouldn't bother me. I'd probably be like, whatever, you know, we're going to do it back tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it's like, I feel like bombing is like, you're like hurt from it. And I don't feel hurt from it anymore. Even if I did do bad in someone else's perception, I realize this makes me sound super fucking cocky.
No.
But
I think it's very relatable to comics.
Yeah.
Especially comics that have been doing that, because the whole thing you said earlier was like, I just don't give a fuck anymore.
I really don't.
And that is once you reach that point in comedy,
Yeah.
you have just set yourself free.
Yeah.
You set yourself free from the worry. You set yourself free from the freezing and the bombing.
Yeah.
And you just are like, I'm gonna fuck.
I still get nervous sometimes. And that's exciting to me because I don't feel it that much anymore, that when I have it, I'm not even upset about it. I'm like, fuck it. We're back. Like, oh my God. Like, I was in the room that killed Tony thing.
Yeah.
I was like nervous. I was like, for a minute, I was like, who gives a fuck? You know? And it's like hard for me to even conceptualize like what would, because I've just seen so many of what could happen that I think it gives you that nervousness. And I loved it. It was like a drug. It was like, how do I get to feel like this more? Like, this is cool. Like, wow, my heart's beat. Like, I'm excited. Like, that doesn't happen all the time anymore. And I'm not upset about it. Like, I don't think, I've never cared about things like the way I care about comedy. You know, like, I've had a lot of projects, a lot of jobs, and I've let them all go. And I've let everything in my life go for this. Like, this is the only thing that like,
This is it.
and it's not about like, people are always like, what if you make it? Like, what the fuck does make it mean? Like, I sustain my life through comedy now.
That's
and like,
it. Yeah.
it is very strange to have conversations with people that are like, oh, where do you play? And it's like, well, it's like mostly in breweries and bars and like places like Fayetteville, North Carolina, but you know, it's working out.
Yeah.
And it would be nice to do like the Kill Tony thing is like, oh, maybe I get some recognition. Maybe I can move up a little bit. And then it's like, is that making it? And it's just become very, I don't want to have this conversation with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're just in like, I feel like I've come to a place where people are like, what do you do for work? I'm like, web design. You know, like, I don't want to tell you.
Code.
I don't
code.
want to talk about it. Like, unless I have a show nearby where I'm like, hey, you can buy a ticket, you know, or like, you can buy my shit on the line. But that's like an hour-long conversation I don't really want to be a part of anymore. Like, I used to love it. I used to be like, I do stand-up comedy. Like, let's talk about it, you know? And now I'm like, web design, you know? Like, I don't give a fuck. What was the question? I forget.
I don't know. That was good.
I definitely bomb, you know? But not in the way that I think I used to. Like, now I know what to do. In that situation, I'll just start screaming. I'll just be like, all right, what's the worst things I can think of? And, you know, maybe nobody likes it, but there'll be one person out there that's usually like, I'll buy a t-shirt, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because usually my sets are very like just pitching all the stuff that I have, trying to make a living. But it's been nice being here without anything and like just doing it.
That's cool.
I'm fucking hemorrhaging money. It's great. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I wouldn't, you know, if my friend didn't invite me out here, I probably wouldn't be here. I know I wouldn't be here.
Oh, really? You didn't you're not falling for the hype of Austin?
I'm not the type of person, like, I've been to New York, LA, you know, but I don't make money there. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, you have to get a day job. Like, you want to do it there, you got to get a job, you know? And that's, to me, that's like way scarier than like not working out in comedy. Like, I recently have an opportunity in LA, so I will move there, which I never thought would happen. But so I will do that kind of stuff, like put myself out there in the way that I am here. But being more recognized has never really been the goal. I just wanted to have a good time. And now I see that like life would be a lot easier if I was recognized. And now I'm like, okay, let's rethink our priorities in that sense. But like, if it makes me too sad to keep doing it, I'm just not going to do it. Which I really like. It's like you said, like, what are you willing to struggle for? You know, that's not something I'm really willing to do, I think. I'm not sure because I've never really given it a shot, and I'm about to. So
Yeah, you'll succeed.
What's the shot that you're talking about?
moving to LA.
Oh, I thought was it just the getting more income? Or?
Yeah, I have the income now
Got it.
through a job that I have in LA that I like.
Okay. And then but with more, you know, with more money lets you do what you do with less struggle. Is that the goal?
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, it's like, I guess in that sense, like my goal, my clear vision goal is that I want 10,000 hours on stage. Read one Malcolm Gladwell book, fucking lost it. No, I'm just kidding. But I want to just be like the best performer I think I could ever be. Like that's my goal. And everything I do, I want to align with that. How do we get more stage time? You know, how do we set ourselves up in a way where we can write more and like work less on other stuff, you know? Like, so that's where all my goals are headed. And like, I love the art, I love painting, I love doing all that stuff. And I'm happy to do that to further my goal of having more stage time.
Right. So do you think that you would be able to reach that goal with the more notoriety?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's good.
So I'm seeing now that like, this is a thing I should be doing. Right. But like, I'm just not willing to be fake to anybody. There's just a lot, you know how hard it is, you know, like that life is like, is this the struggle I'm willing to take? And I think that's where I'm at right now is like, am I willing to do this?
That's what I was about to tell you. You know what I mean? You're about to be in Los Angeles.
I know.
You know what I mean? You're be in Hollywood.
I know.
So, you know, you got to get ready. You got to gear up and you got to put that armor on.
I know.
Because the type of person that you are, I'm tell me if I'm wrong. You're just free spirited, man.
Yeah, I don't want to do any of that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm gonna do it. It is for right now. Yes, it's the struggle I'm willing to take, but I'm also willing to let it go.
I think you could do it.
Yeah.
I don't even think I know you will.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? You have
We'll find out, you know.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Nah, we'll see you. I'm telling you.
It's a good comedy scene. Like it's
You
kind of, right. I enjoyed it.
I mean, I don't know. I've never
Well,
really done it.
There's tons of mics.
Yeah.
It's like all over the place. They got the Comedy Store.
They got the Comedy Store,
And,
Fourth
like,
Wall.
I think in the comedy scene, it's not like I think LA's definitely shifted a lot from this whole superficial thing to like there's a lot more there's definitely more liberal people, but I don't know. Depending on the industry you're in, not everyone's fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I shouldn't go in with that mindset.
No.
You know, I should be open-minded, and it's just like whatever happens, happens. Like just have a good time. Just
Yeah.
make everything fun.
That's what
And-
it's all fucking about, dude. If
Yeah.
you're not enjoying what you're
It's fun
doing,
everywhere I found, because I've been to a lot of comedy hangs. I had fun at all of them.
Yeah.
Mm.
They're all like you're gonna have the good, the bad, and the ugly in any hang.
yeah.
But when you're like a down there chill dude, you gravitate towards those types of people. I mean, that's
Yeah.
how you met me. Like, we just kind of clicked because he just said, "You look like an approachable guy."
Yeah.
You are very approachable.
Yeah.
You're
that's
very
the
fun.
thing. I'm very-
Yeah.
I enjoyed meeting you.
Oh,
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
JP's cool, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't have an intimidating bone in my body.
Yeah. You're really nice.
For what
Yeah.
it's worth. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be open-minded to it. I guess in my mind, I just had like this whole vision of what I was going to do, and this isn't it. And now I'm just switching visions, you know, just like coming to terms with that.
I really like. Was it a struggle for you to come to terms with it?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See, I would have thought that you would have been like, "Ah, you know what? I don't want to. Fuck it. I guess I got to do it. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't like an upset thing. It was more of a shock. It was just like I had it in my mind that I just wasn't going to do that. And then you're like, okay, we're doing it.
Oh, that's you did it. You had to break that barrier,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah. But I don't know. I guess I'm still doing it. And I'm not there yet. You know what I mean? Like physically. Like I have
Yeah.
to go. I'm doing a bunch of shows in North Carolina that I already had booked. And then
Nice.
going through Nashville again, and going to go through the country with the bus and to get to LA.
When can they expect you in LA?
March.
Damn, I wish you were there like in February. I would have asked you to come out and do a show for my community out there.
I'll be there for a while.
I wanted to do a birthday hangout, a birthday special for my city.
Nice.
Yeah, so I just wanted to come back and be like, these are my friends that I've made on the
That's
road.
cool.
Come hang out, and
Yeah.
I just wanted to give back to the community.
Well, if you're in California, I have a bus. I will come by, you know. I got my own place.
oh,
Yeah.
we'll hook you up, dude. We'll give
And I
you.
spent a lot of time in Vegas, so I'll be out in Vegas a lot. I love Vegas.
I have never been to Vegas, and I'm like, I'm a little intimidated. I'm not.
Nah,
well,
it's
okay, I'm
great.
intimidated about it because I feel.
Imagine the mics being mean there.
They're not as bad as in 2016.
Okay. No, I'm not saying
That was 8 years
I'm
ago.
not saying they are or they're not. I was just wondering if you were the one that, like.
I did say that.
Yeah, okay, that's
Yeah.
Okay.
But all those people that were mean at the mics are now some of my best friends.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah. So
No.
they're just, you know, I feel like comedy's like when you're trying to be Jewish. You just knock on the door and they're like, fuck no. You know, like, prove your shit. Like,
Yeah. Well, that is very true. That is very true. But I don't want to say that I'm intimidated about the comedy scene. I'm just intimidated about the city. I feel like if I go there, I'm gonna get lost.
It is the entertainment capital of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you get lost in? Just all the casinos?
The casinos, just walking down the strip, hanging out with the
It's
strippers.
very small. It looks big, but
It's very small.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's way less affordable than it used to be. Because when I used to live there, it was like $500 for a room in a nice place with a pool.
It's expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive now because during the pandemic, all the people in LA moved out there. I guess I don't know.
Well, my buddy who owns CoinMarketCap owns a condo there.
Cool.
Now, when I say a condo, I mean the entire.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's converting the entire wing of it to an adult arcade because we're all gamers.
That's
Nice.
cool.
That's
If you
fucking
need
fun.
a place to stay, you can always hit him up. I'm sure he's.
You stay in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I'll stay in the parking lot. Yeah.
I'm going to visit him because he just had a kid, and this dude's super modest. Like he literally was one of those guys that got Bitcoin in 08.
Oh, nice.
I can't even say his name. It's like
Don't.
Yeah.
he gets pretty mad.
Yeah. Don't.
Don't.
Yeah.
Just tell us off stream.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. I'm just like I'm amazed, dude, because that's so fun. That's what I want that's what I want to do. I want to go around the world and do comedy. I never thought about doing comedy in Thailand or in Asia. I did think about doing it for the USO. That was my main thing. Whenever I just started comedy, I was probably like a month in or 2 months in. I was like, I'm going to make this shit fucking happen.
And you're a veteran too, right?
Yeah.
So you can do, what are they called? What are those bars that are just for veterans?
The VFWs.
The VFWs. My buddy, he's a veteran and he does VFW tours. So you can just hit up VFWs in any area and say like, hey, would love to do a veteran comedy show. And they usually invite me to come because that guy that I was saying I dated for 10 years, he was a veteran and I have a lot of horrible jokes about it. And they love it.
Oh, because it's fucking true. Yeah. Yeah, veterans are a nice group of people, I would say.
They are, yeah. I did one VFW with my buddy, and this guy came up to me afterwards, and he was like, just so you know, like, dead babies are not funny, and they're never funny, and you should never say that. And then there was 8 other veterans that came up, and they were like, they're actually hilarious. And we really appreciate you telling jokes about it. And I was like, I understand both sides. I really do. I hope things get better for you, you know.
Yeah, no. Oh, dude, veterans are they're awesome. I'm just saying that because I am. And I appeal to my audience.
Yeah.
You have to, right? I want to go back to Korea. What was the craziest food that you ate over there?
In Thailand?
Thailand.
Oh, I ate everything. I think the weirdest thing I had horse sashimi in Japan. It was not very good. But yeah. I tried it. There's my favorite dish in the world is called krapao. The way that I would say it is krapao gai kai dao ka, which means like a minced chicken with holy basil and a fried egg on it. So goddamn good.
Was it cooked?
It was cooked, yeah. And I loved it so much that I would order it constantly. My roommates would just be like, oh, krapao again, nice. And I rode a motorbike through Bangkok all the time. And I would take my motorbike out, and the people down the street, they don't really have R, SH in their language, so they call me Patty. And they'd be like, Patty, krapao. And I would like turn around, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm here for it.
Oh, that's so fucking cool.
I loved it so much. That's how much I ate it.
Yeah, that's awesome. You do donuts in front of the stand and stuff in your scooter?
Yeah.
No, I could tell. You're wild, dude.
That's so wild. I do a bunch of stand-up jokes about riding a scooter through Bangkok.
That's so rad. I would definitely let you drive me around Bangkok. I would be so fucking down for that.
Hell yeah.
Crazy.
I actually drove when we started opening up after the pandemic. I drove around with one of my friends looking for venues for comedy, and we found places. And I ended up getting a speaker, and I would strap it to the back of my motorbike, and I would take it to the venue and do a show.
Oh, that's so cool.
It was cool. And when you're carrying big stuff on a scooter, when you see other people that are also carrying big stuff on a scooter, they're like, "What's up?" You know,
that's
like,
fucking respect,
hey,
dog.
Yeah. You're all just like, "Hey, what are you doing?
I could do
What's
it
on
too.
your bike? You know, like, what's happening?" Yeah.
Is that like a culture thing out there? Like,
I guess so. I've never done it before. Like, I've seen a lot of people, you know, carrying a lot of wild stuff, but I'd never been one of them. So I didn't realize how like, hey, they were with each other. Yeah. The amount of street cred I got.
Did you see that guy? He had 5 fucking suitcases on this
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, did you see her fucking speaker, bro?
Yeah. Well, when I first bought it too, it came in this huge packaging, and that was the day most people were like, "Sup." Like other days, they were like, "Whatever, your load's not that crazy."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's so.
You're like, yo, you size me up?
Yeah.
They're pulling you over, fucking inspecting the width and the.
Like one more Amazon pack.
Would people like ride around with like chickens in the back and the cages? Did you ever go to
yeah.
any chicken fights out there?
No, but I think one of the wildest stories. It's pronounced cock.
Please.
I think one of the wildest stories I have about the scooter is one time I broke down, and I called my friend, he called somebody, and these 2 guys came on their 2 guys came with 2 scooters, whatever. And they're all wearing sandals. And I was like, where's the truck? Like, aren't they going to like take it off in a truck or something? No, this guy pushes he puts his foot on the other scooter, and they go fucking as fast as you can down a highway. Just like nothing's going on. I have a video of it. And he's just like chilling, just with his foot on the other scooter, just pushing him. And they're just like, doo-doo, like not giving a shit. I thought that was wild.
Oh my god.
That is fucking. People have no fucking fear in third world countries,
No
bro.
fear.
They're out there walking over mines, and now they're kicking scooters to each other. Dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
And ping pong.
Yeah, and Americans would never do that. I don't think so.
The ping pong shows?
No,
Oh, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. No, Americans are sick fucks, dude. For reals. I guess.
I'm probably supporting most of it.
100.
I was just in Mexico and I was telling this guy, this like older guy, he was like, yeah, I'm thinking about going to Asia. I was like, bro, you're going to love Asia. I told him all the things that would happen to him there. And he was like booking his flight right on his phone. So I was like, you pervert.
Oh.
Valid question.
Yeah. I mean, I don't yuck anybody's yum, you know what I mean? But just,
Yeah.
tone it down.
Just a little bit, buddy. So
Yeah.
you said the ladies have cocks there? Real shit. You're not joking?
Yeah.
That's, dude.
It's also a really beautiful place, like you're like trying to say other stuff about it.
But in those beautiful places, there's girls with cocks, right? Ugh.
Yeah. And their culture on it's like it's strange, but it's cool. It's like, they're very accepting of it. Like they don't like the term trans because they're like, we're not transitioning. I am ladyboy. Like this isn't a transition. This is who I am. And their culture is like super, I think they're more accepting of ladyboys than they are of gays.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
really?
I could be wrong, but it just seemed like, it's their teachers. It's everybody, people in politics. Like everybody, they don't think of it as weird at all.
Oh, just because it's just normal
It's
there.
just so normal.
Now, a ladyboy is a born man that got fake tits?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's a lot of different definitions. I don't want to define it because I'm not part of that subculture, but
yeah, I don't even know why I'm talking about it. Let's switch subjects.
yeah, it's okay.
Oh, fuck.
I've been to other places. I've done a lot of comedy in Eastern Europe.
Eastern Europe?
Yeah.
Okay. How far east?
I really loved it. I did this place. Have you ever heard of Sziget Festival?
Sziget Festival.
It's in Hungary. It's on Sziget means island in Hungarian, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong though because their language is they're like up there with Mandarin for hard to learn. But I did this place and it was like over 1,000 people. It was so cool. It was like a large,
awesome.
like Post Malone was headlining that day.
Oh, wow.
I was in a different tent, obviously, but it was like that kind of festival,
Got it.
And all these people came up to us afterwards and they wanted like my autograph. And at this point, I'm like 4 years into comedy, so this is definitely the first time this has ever happened to me. And they were like, "Will you come to our town and do a show?" And I was like, "Absolutely, yes." What? Yes. I was like, "Write your email down." And then I went to all these like little towns in Eastern Europe,
That's so cool.
in like Austria.
How does the language thing work? Like, I don't understand.
So when you do international comedy, no matter how slow you think you're talking, you just talk slower, because it's probably their second language. And if you advertise an English comedy show, like people know that it's English, they're not going to be surprised.
So there's not going to be someone interpreting.
Well, one time, this guy paid me 100 euros to stand outside of his bar in Bratislava, Slovakia. And he was like, just do comedy. And
That sounds like some shit they would tell you to do, too. Pay
so
you
I
cash.
was pretty new at the time. So I wasn't in a place where I was like comfortable enough to really handle that, I guess. Because when I got there, I was like, oh, this will be cool. I'll just make fun of people on the street. Like, I'm really good at roasting people. I was like, this is going to be fine. You know what I mean? And then what you don't realize is that when you're not advertising an English comedy show, they either don't know English or they're going to pretend like they don't know English because they don't want to talk to you, So then it came to a point where I was just like, okay, just do your set. It doesn't matter what's happening around you, just do it. And by the end of it, it was like a wave of people interpreting it on the way back. So I would like say something and it would be like front row giggles, whispers, second row giggles, whispers, It was like one of the coolest experiences that I think prepared me for weed shows. Sometimes you do a warehouse in Denver and they're either paying attention or they're too high to laugh. And you just got to be like, like I did a show once where everyone was just like, and then afterwards they were like so happy with it. They were like, sign my tits. And I was like, you didn't even laugh. Like, I don't know.
No, I was laughing.
They were like, on the inside.
It's like a kava bar. You ever performed at a kava bar before?
I can imagine it would be this similar, but no, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason in Orlando, there's two very popular kava bars.
What is kava?
It's like a type of, it's like a root that's like peppery that kind of sedates you a little bit.
And it like makes your lips numb and it makes you feel very relaxed.
And the whole venue was decked out with like stuff that would make them sleep more, like bean bags,
Yeah.
like couches.
Yeah, I try to explain to people because I do it in a lot of weird places. And they're like, oh, it's going to be a great show. And I was like, what I want you to understand is that the best venue for comedy is in a basement with low ceilings so that if one person laughs, it sounds like the whole place is lit up, slightly uncomfortable chairs stacked in a theater style. And they're like, why uncomfortable? Because I was like, you don't want them to be paying attention to anything else but the one light that's on. The whole place is pitch black. There's one light. And that's all you see, you know? Like, that is the perfect venue. And every step that you get away from that, the harder that it is. And I was like, but I'll still do it.
Yeah.
I just want you to manage your expectations.
Just like East Austin Comedy Room looks so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Shout outs to East Austin Comedy Club.
I want to build a venue in a garage that will allow me and have comics and just create the perfect environment.
Yeah. What I found with house stuff is it's very hard to get strangers to come. Maybe that's just in different cities that I've been to, but
Yeah.
every time I've ever done a house show, like a lot of my friends show up, and then we'll get like 2 other people that are
Friends,
venturous.
Like couple plus ones.
Yeah, that are like venturous enough to go to someone's house.
So if you produce it and then it starts, word of mouth starts getting around, then
Yeah.
people will be like, oh, this is legit.
Yeah.
So
I've been to house shows that worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm all about the production part. That's like where like my forte is. So
Yeah.
I would produce.
I mean,
it.
you got
And
all
have
this
a
stuff, it
beautiful
seems like.
backdrop. And so what comics will want to go, because I'll film your sets $20. I'll film anyone's set. Make it super professional. Like
Yeah.
we're talking like dry bar professional.
I believe that you would. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that would be fun.
Yeah.
It's just one of my goals. short-term
Yeah.
Goals.
No, I think that's really achievable, and you're obviously really good at it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. I think, and it would bring me so much joy. We were
Yeah.
talking about what would bring you joy. I like to socialize. I like to hang.
That's important.
I like seeing comics, and I love seeing and I ran a feedback mic in Orlando, and I had all my buddies come, and we would literally do their sets, and we would give them feedback. It's the best mic. Some of these people came out of there with stronger sets, more tags.
Yeah.
Because there's no pressure to be like, oh, make these random people laugh, and it's actually comics listening to comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's cool that one of your like things that brings you joy is elevating the community. That's
Yes.
incredible.
Yes.
You know, like it's just great. It's a good energy to be around because there's a lot of bad energy.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it's good that
Positive energy. You want to community
Yeah.
energy. I tell people community.
yeah.
It's all about community.
100%.
And it's good that you know that about yourself, honestly. Like, you know that, like, this brings me joy and it's important to me, so it doesn't matter what other people think, like, I'm going to do this.
Yeah,
Like, that's is
100%.
such an important mindset to have.
Yeah.
Yes. You can't be giving 2 shits about people's just fucking opinions, bro. And that's like almost in anything you do, bro. Not even just in comedy.
If I listened to anybody, I'd never be doing any of this.
There you go.
Like,
There you go. I'm thankful for the people in my life because I only really hang out with people that are supportive, but that are realistic. You know what I mean? That aren't gonna blow smoke up my ass.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of motherfuckers that are willing to blow smoke up your ass for just to do it. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna say I dislike it. You could keep going. You know what I mean? Keep blowing me, dude. I love it, but it's like I need some real shit, bro. Like
Yeah.
you're telling me I'm 110% always doing good. You're lying. You're fucking lying because I know I fucking just
still
fucked
nice
that
to have
up.
a few of those around, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that'll come. You know that always comes, especially whenever you start hosting or producing shows and stuff, and that'll always happen.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
I first started, I had a friend in Las Vegas. He's still one of like my closest friends. And when I first started, he would just go to the mics with me and he wouldn't say anything. He wouldn't watch anybody. He would just drink and just chill. And I'd be like, how's my set? And he'd be like, it's better than last week. You know, that's
Yeah.
all. That's it. That's all he would say. And I was so mad at him. I'd be like, why didn't you listen? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? And now, like, going back to those shitty mics, I'm like, you were such a good friend.
Yeah.
Wow, you are
Yeah.
such a good friend.
You came out with me.
Like, you sat through this. What
Yeah.
a nice guy.
Yeah.
What a nice guy.
That's what I tell all my buddies. I'm like, dude, are you sure you want to come up to the open mics? Cause they're fucking rough, buddy.
Yeah.
And especially whenever you.
Nights.
Oh.
Where'd you guys go?
Never go to the industrial for the acoustics alone.
Well.
I filmed one little blip for the internet to see. Just I couldn't even. It wasn't audible. It was inaudible.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it doesn't matter what the crowd was. Doesn't matter who the people. It just was. I couldn't hear nobody.
Yeah. I try to go up there and do like
It hurt to listen.
no mic, like try to just project my voice. Didn't work.
No, it was,
So,
it was
but to
almost
my
worse with no mic.
so
both were bad in different ways.
You make it sound fun though. That's your personality. You're like, it was inaudible.
I did have fun. When I went up, I did have fun with it.
Yeah, JP, you did good, bro.
I literally I talked very slowly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I announced it. I'm like, hello.
I tell people that all the time. If they look nervous, I'm like, listen, it's like RuPaul says. As long as you're having fun, everybody's having fun.
Yeah.
That's so true.
It is, dude.
So true.
Yeah.
How can you feel awkward when you're just up there just like having the time of your life?
Yeah. Exactly. As long if you look like, even if you're not, if you just look like you're having the time, everyone else is like, wow, this is so fun. Like it might not be funny all the time, but they're like, I'm having a nice time. Like
Yeah, you're just
he's having a nice time. That's what people don't get. Like if you're gonna sit there and just shit on the audience, it's like no one's having fun anymore.
Yeah.
Dude. If there's a way to do it.
I always tell people that don't ever get angry at the crowd.
Yeah.
Go at you first.
Yeah, dude.
Always
Exactly.
Go at you.
Be like, no,
You're the
that was
worst.
That was on me, actually.
Yeah.
You guys, and I have a trick. I tell people, you guys are awesome. You know why? Because you're honest. And anytime a joke doesn't work the rest of the set, I'm going to remind you that you're awesome.
You're awesome.
That really plays out to be pretty funny.
Yeah.
And it's like, cute. I'm like, and that's why the girl left me. You guys are awesome.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, zinger.
That's
I
fun.
got some tricks on this.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Yeah, that's why I like talking to comics I've been doing a little bit longer than me, or even I don't care, dude.
How long have you been doing it?
I've only been doing it around like 2 years.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people I've met in Austin. They're under a year, and they're like, "Why aren't I getting this too?" I was like, and I just want to be like, "You're in for a world of disappointment." But I don't
Yeah.
say anything. I'm just like, I hope you do get it, because I do. I'm like, I don't care.
This is not fourth year, not fourth month, fourth time.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's acting like, dude, I'm gonna it's gonna happen. I'm like, what's gonna happen?
Don't do comedy for things to happen, because you will be so upset.
You're gonna be disappointed than a motherfucker.
Yeah. But I like to encourage people. I'm like, just keep voice recording, just keep going.
Yeah, keep recording your sets.
Until I'm like 3 deep. I'm like, bro, you're not.
You
But
just get very
but
cynical.
when people start talking about making it, especially the newer ones, I'm like, what does make it mean to you?
Yeah.
And oftentimes they don't have an answer. Or they'll be like, I get a Netflix special. I'm like, okay. then
No,
what?
anyone could do that.
Then what?
Well, I mean, if you want a Netflix special, like, go find an agent, get an hour, like, work really hard at it.
Yeah, just pay somebody, and
Yeah.
and if you're midway decent, you could pay somebody to do your jokes, and then you could go up that way,
Yeah.
you loser.
There's tons you have a goal. That's
Yeah.
great.
Or become an infamous criminal and they make
Yeah.
like a documentary about you.
That would be. I would also be a Netflix special. That's hilarious.
Yo!
Yeah.
Did you guys? Is it true? Or is this just a rumor that there's a serial killer going around in Austin?
Really?
I'm being dead
I'm a
serious.
paranoid person. I don't need to hear shit
You
like
have a nice swanky Airbnb.
I
Ain't
know.
Nobody coming for you. Okay?
Ground
You'll be
level,
fine. Yeah.
curtains up,
Where
dude.
do they go?
Just lock the
Serial
windows.
killers,
No, they
they're
don't.
not- They don't pick and
They
choose.
pick women off the street.
Is that
You're
what it
fine.
is? They
Just
have
don't
a
wear
type.
those tight pants.
They have a type. They go for, you know what I mean? Like they have
Yeah,
a
the
pattern.
vulnerable.
They're patterned.
Yeah.
people.
If it's Asian men, he leaves town. Never to be heard from again.
Oh fuck, dude.
I am on the ground floor.
They look. Yeah.
He's gonna be closing his blinds today.
Look at JP's tripping out right now, dude.
Yeah.
See what you do to him?
Fine, I'm just exaggerating.
He's good.
He's just gonna play video games all night, not get 1 inch of sleep, not one little speck, huh? Oh fuck, dude. I think we live in pretty fucking badass times. I'm not gonna lie to you. I
Yeah.
just feel like a whole bunch of shit's going on, and I'm fucking here for it.
Yeah.
Whether it's comedy or the world's gonna blow up, or aliens stopping the nuclear bombs, whatever's happening, I'm fucking here for it. I feel like whenever I was younger, I was like, man, I really want to see us go to space and I want to meet aliens and shit. And now that it's happening, I'm like, fuck, dog. This shit's really happening, dog.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Dude, I'm just like, I don't know whether I'm going to need to try to beat some alien booty or just like, because I don't think I could ever let an alien tell me what to do. I just can't do it.
You don't know till it happens.
Nah, fuck that, dude. I'm standing my stance right now. If you're on my side, we're not going to let aliens
We're gonna
tell
put
us
your
to do.
wife in green face. She's gonna tell you what to do. You're gonna love it.
In what? In
Green face.
What is that? You're
That's
scaring
like
me.
the
Like blackface?
but for aliens.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. I put a face mask on earlier. Someone was like, "Are you doing white face?" I was like, "It's green face, and I'll have a lot of explaining to do in a few years."
Yeah, you fucking idiot. Martians are coming.
Someone asked me my opinion about aliens. They're like, dude, aren't you fazed by them? Aren't you? I'm like, well, they're not bothering me. You know what I mean? Like, if they cut me in line at like a 7-Eleven, I'm like, these aliens gotta go. But, like, they're not doing anything.
There was a guy that came out of Canada that apparently on his deathbed said there's 5 different types of aliens and only one of them hates us. And I was like, that's crazy because we're like the worst. I was like, you'd think it'd at least be like 2 out of 5.
Nah, we're fucking
3 out of 5
awesome,
seems
dude.
more.
And we're one of the 5 types of aliens, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I read this clickbait article today about how like most of the molecules and the atoms and shit that we have came from meteors. Right.
Right.
And so they were like, the clickbait article was talking about how psilocybin came from a meteor, like how they're trying to tell us stuff. And I was like, I buy into this. I
Yeah.
know this isn't even written well. And I subscribe to this theory.
I'm telling
I
you.
love this.
Like even the theory of like aliens creating us and stuff, right? The fuck what is it? What are they called?
Personally, I would like to believe that aliens have not only created us, but they're using us to farm the planet for their greater good. Because if we're all just actually like this, that would be really disappointing.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's a lot of theories. I like the one. My favorite theory is that the aliens created us to harvest our soul energy. That's my favorite one. Cause it kind of makes fucking sense if you ask me.
I mean, hopefully it's like the actual minerals of the planet is what I'm saying.
Nah. I think that they should be past. Like, dude,
If they
you're
want our
fucking
soul
like.
energy, then they ain't getting none of mine. Suck it.
No, but
Your girl went off grid. She's not even, can't do it.
You know what the aliens want? They want Trisha's sink.
They're never getting it. They're not even for full price. You can't have it.
they've
probably
been
need the
stalking you
bronze.
and your bus,
They
dude.
probably need the No, they're never getting the sink. I'm actually a little worried about the sink now that we're talking about it because I haven't glued it in.
Oh no, that shit's gonna be. What?
You need insurance for the sink.
Yeah,
That's
They're
all
like-
you need to insure
They're
in
like,
your
you have
bus.
renter's insurance? I was like, okay. They're like, what do you want to insure? It's like, well, I have a bronze sink. They're like, all right, anything else? Nope. And
You're
I want the not the material value. I want the emotional value.
Ah, that's so funny, dude. You're gonna UFO's just gonna swoop up. It's gonna tear off the top of your RV and it's just gonna pull that sink out, dude. And it's just gonna be you hanging from there. Let it go.
I would die for that sink. I would never let it go.
Oh,
I've become so emotionally attached to it. It's become my pride and joy. Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah. Kind of miss it now, actually. since I'm not talking to it.
It's like, I feel like pretending to wash my hands.
It doesn't even have a topper. It doesn't even have a place. It's just
Just the
yeah.
Do you close it and just put water in there, just like how they used to do in
This
the
is
past?
probably a good time to stop, guys. So I'm gonna show you guys the sink
Oh, okay. This is
since
gonna
we're
be
already
sick.
there.
Yeah, are we,
Right? We've done an hour and a half. Yeah.
We've,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
want to have like your little like it's Sal, better call Sal, like outro, or you got anything like that?
Let me see. Hey guys, that was Table Talk with Sal, and I'm your host Sal, and this was.
Trish Smart with the sink.
And guest JP Lambier's.
Where can they find you guys?
You can visit IHateTrishSmart.com. Or you can visit TrishSmart.com, but it just forwards to IHateTrishSmart.com. So.
And I guess you just scan the shirt.
Fuck yeah, dude! What a sweet time! What a cool time! What an awesome podcast! And for anyone that didn't know, you're not cool unless you've been on my podcast, and that's a fact.